What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? It's Sarah, Altcoin Sarah, Crypto Sarah from Altcoin Bus Ladies. I am back. I am back to making videos, and there's a couple of reasons potentially why I am back. One of them being I've got really bad back. And basically I got a lot of time now to do stuff. So I'm back to making videos. That's what matters. I wasn't making videos primarily because my dog, he passed away in February and I didn't feel like making videos. Actually spending time with my other dogs. I've got two other dogs which are my babies. But recently, I feel like there is a need for me to start making videos again. I've got so much to talk about. There's so much happening in a space, and I don't think it's fair on people to not know what's happening in this space, especially as apparently people are predicting that Bitcoin is back into the bearish days and it's going back down to 1,000. We're back into predicting Bitcoin back to $1,000 per Bitcoin. I mean, this is ridiculous. Only in cryptocurrency market can people go within 24 hours. It's not 24 hours, but it was 24 hours when people went from saying it's gonna go to new all-time high to going back to new all-time lows not seen within a couple of years. Absolutely ridiculous. I love crypto market, but those sort of predictions, they really need to come to an end because it's not like that. Listen, people are struggling to buy Bitcoin. I'm just going to talk a little bit about my thoughts and then I'm going to get to the news. But basically, people are focusing so much on the price. And yes, price does matter. But at the end of the day, the technology that's behind Bitcoin, it does not change. It does not matter if Bitcoin is worth 150,000, if it's worth $50. It does not matter. The technology is still the same, and people need to realize that. The sooner you realize that, the better it will be, because you'll stop caring about the price like I have. The only reason why I know how much Bitcoin is worth because I spend too much time on Twitter and people complaining about it. I honestly do not care. I believe the technology. I came here for the money, but now I am for the technology, as I truly, truly believe in it. And I hope you guys will get to that day one time. Unless obviously trading is your source of income, then yeah, you will care about the price, but you also care about those lines, which I don't understand. And people have a go at me for not knowing how to trade, but I don't care about trading. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to make content. I am not a trader. So if anyone is after trading content, you won't find it here. I am here for the news, some sick ass news especially. So we're gonna crack on a four smashing news open, which I am going to go through now. First one will be Binance, and Binance been doing so much within the space. It's absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, they do not care if it's bear market, bull market, they're just working. And that's what I admire about this project. Even though it's a centralized, there is a DX now as well. But even though it's a centralized exchange, it's one of those exchanges you gotta respect for the amount of effort they put in. They also charge ridiculous listing fees, but that's a different story. But the point is about Binance, while we're talking about it, is because they have added its first fiat currency trading pair. So currently, the Nigerian users of the platform will now be able to deposit using their local currency, the Naira, I think that's how you say it, sorry, at the exchange, basically. And previously, users of the platform have only been able to trade currency for other cryptocurrencies. However, that is set to change with today's announcement of the Binance CZ, who has basically hinted that the exchange is also close to being able to add more fiat currencies. So basically, previously, if you go to different news, there is a growing interest into crypto assets observed in certain parts of Africa. And it's not just Africa, it's also Venezuela. But it's a very common trend for countries which are experiencing hyperinflation for them to actually go and seek some other options. And basically on local Bitcoin, the volume data, which is provided by some other useful tulips, shows that actually Nigeria is one of the nations with the biggest appetite, you could say, for trading digital currencies on the continent. And with an announcement made by Binance earlier today, the crypto traders of Nigeria have become the first in the world to be able to deposit their own national currency to the exchange platform. And that is basically super important because, uh, you know, Nigeria, sorry, I'm complete brain freeze. But Nigeria is one of those countries who are experiencing higher inflation, and we know what it means. But we can see exactly what's happening in Venezuela, and it's very important to know that there is a backup. So initially, trading in the Nigerian cryptocurrency will be limited to Bitcoin, Binance Coin, and the Binance's stablecoin. Binance now has a stablecoin, BUSD. So once that's possible, they're obviously announced some further trading. But that is absolutely amazing, I think. And basically, there is a tweet I'm looking at. To celebrate the first fiat currency listing on Binance, all newly registered users who deposit NGN, which is a ticker for the national currency, to Binance through Flutterwave will enjoy zero fees for deposits up to 36,000 NGN starting October 24th. So that is really nice of them. It's a nice little addition. As you know, Binance had to divert from Binance and create Binance US. So it's nice to see that considering other countries, not just the very well-developed ones, but also the ones who are seeking for a better getaway than the Fiat has offers to them. Sorry guys, I'm full of energy, what I actually shouldn't be because I'm full of medications that are meant to be calming me down. But guys, whoever is watching it, remember to smash up the like button. I will be rolling in this energy because I love crypto so much and I've been going to loads of events and I think it's super important to, focus on what really matters, which is the price. I don't like talking about the prices. However, I do have to focus on it a little bit. So Bitcoin actually, what's interesting today is that Bitcoin continues to be actually in the red zone and it's currently down almost 1% on the day and it's trading around 7,500. And the king of currency, I don't want to say like that, but it is what it is, has seen a low volatility over the past 24 hours. It dropped to quite low levels, scaring a lot of people off. I am not selling. I don't know about you guys, but basically what happened is that in the meantime, as the price was going quite low, Bakkt revealed that the company will basically be launching the first regulated options contract for Bitcoin futures on the December the 9th. And this is really interesting because basically yesterday, Bakkt physically settled Bitcoin futures contract, touched an all-time high with 640 Bitcoin, which is around $5, which was swapped on the exchange. And quite coincidentally, loads of predictions people making out there from what I saw in the news, the futures action started after Bitcoin price plummeted to 7,300 across the global exchanges. And after the record-setting day, Bakkt CEO revealed the trading platform will offer options as Bitcoin futures this December. And I am not a conspiracy theorist or anything like that, but it is just quite an interesting coincidence. That's all I'm trying to say. Secondly, as I've been talking about countries with hyperinflation and having issues, the another country I want to focus on today will be actually Venezuela. The Venezuelan hyper inflated hyperinflated currency, not cryptocurrency, fiat currency, the bolivar, has been rendered virtually useless since pretty much 2014. And Venezuelan man basically has used the bulk of his Bitcoin savings to pay the medical cost of his son's birth. And many consider adequate healthcare a universal human right, but only if you in the inflation affected countries can actually afford it. And basically what is interesting is that gold it's not really a workable solution for the people. And it's quite sad that it's taken people so long to realize. A while ago, I've tweeted on Altcoin Star. You guys can find me on Twitter. That what was the last thing you actually bought with gold? Like, I know this is a bold statement, but the fact is, you can't go to the store and just chop off a bit of your gold and pay for it. I mean, just imagine happening. So yes, gold has proven itself as a great store of value, and I've got nothing against the gold. I mean, if you invested $100, I think 30 years ago, you'd have around $500 now. If you invested into Bitcoin 10 years ago, you would be an absolute millionaire right now. But that's a different conversation of what I want to focus on. But basically, the point is, the minimum wage in Venezuela is apparently reported to be around $16 a month, which basically that leaves a lot of people in serious financial troubles. And people using different sources to make the money from is not really successful. But thanks to the gold versus Bitcoin money debate that constantly keeps going on, it's been heating up quite badly in the recent years. And the gold has taken pretty much a backseat now to Bitcoin thanks to its huge outperformance by the, I don't know how else to call Bitcoin, but just being taken over by Bitcoin. And people need to realize that you can be a hater. You know, Peter Schiff is quite a huge hater, and he keeps joking about Bitcoin and how it's gonna go and just buy gold. But the point is that gold is not a solution to the matter that countries such as Venezuela are facing right now. And I think it's very important for people to realize it. I don't want to dwell too much on about gold and Bitcoin, as this is a matter for a completely different topic. However, I want you guys to be able to, to differentiate about the different outcomes that investing into those two assets can actually have. I am just going to look at the messages from you guys. Back into making videos is quite interesting. I've missed doing it. My partner here is into crypto, but he's more worried about the price, and I just keep arguing with him about it. So it's not as fun. But there's been actually a lot happening. I've been to Romania on an event, on a conference. It was fantastic. I was on a regulation panel on which I actually said that people are worried so much about Libra. There was actually some news about Libra again, so this is still related. People are so worried about Libra and everything it brings with it. But the point is, it is just a concept. Libra is just an idea. Nothing's been done yet. There's a white paper, someone wrote it, copy pasted some bits and bobs from around the place. And I remember that because the panel was the day that PayPal announced that they withdrew follow. And actually what happened, some other companies followed. So I'm not saying I predicted the future, but it just requires a little bit of thinking rather than just following what the news do. And I always ask you guys to listen to what actually is happening from different sources. Don't just watch one YouTuber, don't just read one website of the news. It's important to have different side of the stories. So what have you guys been saying in the comments now? I'm basically sitting on the floor, by the way. I've injured my back at the gym. I left quite a lot of weight, and it basically didn't go well. And now I am on 17 painkillers a day, different pills. 30 pills just taken in a huge volume. So guys, if you can smash up the likes, that won't make me feel better, but at least it'll be nice. Bitcoin is a wild horse and falling now. So sorry. It's like the world is over, but no, feel bad only. No, you shouldn't feel bad. I mean, yeah, obviously, you should feel bad, and basically, you should be able to manage how you feel. I think the problem with people actually is that people get too attached emotionally. The first reason for that is because you're investing more than you can afford to lose. It's a cringe thing to say, but it is one of the reasons why. People treat their investments, their shit bags, their old bag, better than sometimes people treat their partners, and that's absolutely ridiculous. You stand up for them, you argue the hell out of them as if they were someone you love. Like, it shouldn't be like that, you know. I do like to hate and laugh at certain projects, and I do admit it, I do have my fair share of hating. But I only do it because it's so easy. People get so emotionally attached, and at the end of the day, you know, the chances of it going to absolute zero, being a bubble, are like zero, but 0.1. But still, there's still a chance. It might tiny that it's a bubble. It might all burst. So, you know, just make sure whatever you do, you know what you're doing, and don't listen to any YouTubers or Twitter people who tell you what to do. You should use your own brain, because brains are amazing. Smash up the likes, guys. Smash up the likes up, guys. Sorry. Slurs. What's a slur? Sorry. I'm going to Google what's a slur now, because people got tendency of using different languages. Slur. Learning and growing. Speak indistinctly so that the sounds run into one another. Yes, so the reason for that slur is because the room I'm in, it's not the best room. I'm using a proper mic. Unfortunately, it's not able to catch the noise because the room is so horrible. Huge window, it's not soundproofable. Anyway. Oh, my speech is the slurring. Oh, no, it's my accent probably. That's how I speak. Sorry. But yeah, anyway, guys, if you've got any more questions, feel free to ask. I am back into making videos, and I am really buzzing. If you guys want to donate towards a better camera, as I know it looks like I'm making videos with the calculator, I am not. I will later post the BTC address. You can obviously contribute, and it's going everything into the channel and everything related to it. Hi, Shash. My thoughts on Libra. So you actually missed my thoughts on Libra. But I'll repeat, because Shash is basically the man, the altcoin buzz man. Without him, there'd be no altcoin buzz ladies. So Libra is basically, people spend so much time focusing on Libra, and I know there's been some latest news about Libra again today. But Libra is just a concept. It is just an idea. People are focusing so much on it as if it was already happening. It might not even happen, you know. It's the white paper. I haven't read it, but I've skimmed read it, and it basically is just a copy paste of random buzzwords out there to attract some investors. But nothing's happening in there. And on the day when the paper actually withdrew from the partnership with Libra, I was on a regulation panel in Romania at the Transylvania Crypto Conference, guys. It was absolutely awesome. Even go check it out. I've said that I predicted the future to actually have a think, you know. I mean, Facebook, sure, it's a huge company. Everyone has a Facebook. Well, in the countries that it's legal. And they just went for it because they thought it's going to be big. They didn't think about it. Now they actually had time to think of it, and they realized this actually doesn't sound that great. At the start of Libra, I was actually against it. I thought it's just going to be a junk. It's going to be a joke. It's going to be a shitcoin. But I actually thought that the first thing, let's say someone actually gets interested into Libra and they actually end up getting some coins. Great, you do have a cryptocurrency. So what actually are cryptocurrencies? You Google what's a cryptocurrency, and the first thing that comes up is Bitcoin. So it might be some sort of a solution, some sort of a getaway for people to actually get interested into Bitcoin. So I'm not saying this is a solution to the mass adoption, and it might help, but it will contribute into average Joe into expanding his knowledge about Bitcoin. That's why content creators and anyone who's currently invested into crypto, Bitcoin, or a shitcoin, I'm not saying altcoins are shitcoins, you know, I'm altcoin Sarah, are going to make it. So that's basically what I'm trying to say. Spread the word about Bitcoin. Love it. Love your cryptocurrency. Don't hate and just be happy, because at the end of the day, we're all here for the revolution. And money is just a nice addition to it. So all I want to say to you guys, I am back making videos. I am sitting on a floor, and it is the most comfortable I've been in a while. It's quite bad to say, but remember to smash up the likes. Follow me on Twitter at Altcoin Bust Ladies. Also, my own channel, my own Twitter account, Altcoin Sarah. I'm also on Instagram and Altcoin Sarah, and I've just created a LinkedIn. Altcoin Sarah, you can find me even on LinkedIn now, because why not? And subscribe to Altcoin Bust Ladies. Honestly, it's been fantastic to be back. Great energy. I've got so much more to talk about. But unfortunately, I think I can hear my dog actually complain. It's dinner time, because I'm recording from UK. So I hope you all have a great evening. You enjoy this video, and any questions you have, just leave a comment and I'll get back to you all. Have a great one, guys. Bye bye.